Fine. So here we'll see, like, how do we use the and min function together in Excel. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is AND function does? AND function takes multiple logical parameters and returns you one logical output. Okay. What a min function does, min function takes a range of values and it gives me the lowest value. Okay. Now, why should I use this particular AND and min is? Now, I don't want to check, see, every subject ka passing marks is the same thing, say 40. Okay.
Yes.
So now, instead of checking every individual subject, so can I check in the direct way whether he has passed in all the subjects? To check whether he has passed in all the subjects, instead of checking with all those values like this, I can just check if min of the subject value. Okay. We're trying to get the minimum value. If this value is greater than 40, that means he has passed in all the subjects. If the minimum value is going below 40, that means he has failed. Got it? Okay. I can take the lowest value in this particular subject and then try to check whether it is above 40. Fine. So now instead of doing all these things, so in the end, I just check individual subject wise. I just take the minimum of, so it will work with the range of values. Okay. Minimum of B2 to B6 is greater than or equal to 40. That means the minimum marks is above 40 and average, B9 is the average. If that is above 80, then I want to say is passed in the A grade. The same way, I want to check if, okay, that is, I need to check again two things, no? So one is the minimum marks in the subject should be above 40. At the same time, average also should be above 80. Then only I'm considering as A grade. Okay, so that is, we are trying to use a min and min as well as that is in the nested function. Nested. So this is, I'll just say and since I want to check with multiple condition. So my this condition is going to be this, the individual subject marks. I try to find out with the help of min. Min of this range of data is greater than or equal to 40 and the average also is more than 60. If this is not satisfied, if that comes to this one. So where I check whether he has passed in all the subjects, the second criteria is if the average marks is more than 60, I just say you're passed in B grade. If not, I'll say if, okay, and then I'll just say minimum of this particular data is minimum value. Okay, this will give the minimum value that is greater than or equal to 40. Okay, so that means the minimum marks is greater than 40. That's equal to 40. And B9 average is above 50, then we say C grade. If not, we check if we'll try to check again the minimum marks is greater than or equal to 40 and the average also should be above 40. So I just say minimum of this range of data is greater than or equal to 40. Okay, and also the average should be greater than or equal to 40. So that means what is happening here is I'm trying to check two conditions here. One is working with the range of data. The other one is your average. The range of data, I will use the min function to find out what is the lowest value. If the lowest value of the marks is greater than 40 and the total average is above 80, it is satisfying two conditions because I've used the AND function. If it is satisfying both the condition, you'll get the output as A. Any one of the condition, that means either if the average is below 40 or yes, the minimum marks is below 40. Okay, if the minimum marks is below 40 or average is below 80, that means this condition becomes false. Okay, so in that case, so we are going to go for the second if. There we are trying to check whether the minimum marks is greater than 40 and also the average is above 60. If this satisfies, this both the conditions satisfied, it says you are passed with B grade. If any one of the condition fails in this, so then we need to check with another condition. Okay, so the next condition we have to check is if the minimum is 40 and the average is above 50, then we say C. If not, we'll check the minimum marks is at least more than 40 and average also should be more than 40, then it says D. If none of this has been satisfied, it says fail. Either is failed in any one of the subject or his average is below 40, so we want to say it as fail. So that is what I was going to say here. Fine. So if it is passed in all the subjects, you can see D, okay,
Okay.
C, and C, B,
Hmm.
A. So
Yes.
this is how we use this particular. In the nested if, I'm trying to use a and since I want to check with multiple condition, out of which one condition is working on a range. So I'm using one range function, that is the min, to find out the lowest value in the range of data. And also I'm trying to check whether the average is also greater than or equal to 80. So that.
Yeah.
So here, what is the advantage you get is, even though you have a 10 subjects or 20 subjects, the length of the formula remains the same. In the case of previous one, okay, if the number of subjects are more, the formula was becoming more complex. So you can see this is very simplified. At the same time, it is doing this particular multiple function, multiple checkings are being performed. So this is the advantage of this.
Okay.